All right, we love when Catania and Catania Law Firm is here to explain a variety of issues. And today, Mark Parrish is back to help understand the process of mediation. Good morning. Good to see you again.
Good morning.
This is pretty much most of what you and your team are doing, right? There's a lot of mediation going on.
It is. It is. I think in the state of Florida, if you file a lawsuit, it's virtually inevitable that a case is going to go to mediation. And there's a lot of confusion surrounding mediation.
Yeah, what is it? How do you explain what it is?
And that's what I get from a lot of clients, because they say arbitration, negotiation, deposition, mediation. What are all these terms? What does it mean? Really, it's just a fancy term for a settlement conference. That's all it is.
How many of those typically happen? I mean, is there just one mediation?
Oftentimes, yes. Usually one per case, sometimes two, depending on how long a case gets dragged on for. But oftentimes it's your one and only opportunity to really sit down and focus and try and get your case settled.
What should a client know? Obviously, that your client is actually going to need to be there, correct?
Absolutely. Under Florida law, all parties are required to attend. It doesn't mean you're required to settle your case at mediation, but you have to show up.
So is that on both sides, whoever the other person involved in the accident is too?
Absolutely. And not only them, but their attorney as well. Oftentimes the courts will sanction you if you don't show up, which would mean monetary fines imposed.
How often are you guys able to settle it and mediate? I mean, is that the goal essentially? I mean,
it depends, and it depends on what the other side has brought to mediation. If the numbers make sense, then obviously we would love to be able to settle the cases for our clients if it works for all the parties involved, but sometimes not. And it's hard to put a definitive percentage on it. I'd say probably 70% to 80% of cases can resolve at mediation. Others you're just never going to see eye to eye.
This may be a silly question, but are there people actually trying to do mediation on their own without a lawyer, I mean, do you see people trying to settle their cases?
Unfortunately, yes.
I just can't imagine that.
And
it's a big beast you're fighting against.
It's a train wreck in the making, unfortunately, and I see it and I sort of hide in the corner and cringe almost, because I wish I could help them, but I can't. My hands are sort of tied. And so I always recommend don't do it on your own.
Okay. So how do you know when you need to go ahead and, again, we've talked about injuries and kind of making sure that you see the doctor right away. What would you want people to know in making sure that you're getting those steps kind of in the right process at the right time?
To make sure you hire an attorney who knows what they're doing and is there to help you out.
Does that have to be done kind of as quickly as possible as well?
It does, because oftentimes the insurance companies will reach out to you, sometimes within hours of the accident, and they want to get your statement. They want to lock you into something. They want to record everything you have to say. And oftentimes they want to try and use that to, whether it's manipulate or twist your words. And so it's best if you can retain an attorney to at least discuss it.
Can you tell the insurance company, like, wait, I'm going to get a lawyer, and just, I mean, is that what you advise them to do? Just say wait and not talk?
Absolutely. And there's no penalty in not talking to the other insurance company. You have an obligation to talk to your own insurance company,
good to know.
But not for the person who hit you or caused the accident. You don't.
All right. Anything else we should mention when it comes to mediation and clearing the confusion around this before we kind of wrap up here?
Certainly. I always welcome people to come to mediation with an open mind, because it's really that one opportunity where everybody puts everything else aside. And so they've left all their other work behind, and we all show up there, and really the sole focus that day is your case and what we can do to hopefully get it resolved for you.
Are they generally done at the law office, or I mean, is it not? It's not done in a courtroom or anything. I mean, is this kind of just steps before that?
It's done all over town, oftentimes done in office buildings or at other attorneys' offices, not at the courthouse usually. So it's really wherever the mediator that we hire is located that particular day.
Well, again, we love that we can ask these kind of everyday questions that, again, I think a lot of people may be misinformed about. So thank you for being a part of our team here on the show. If you have questions that maybe you would like answered, there is the number to call. They do free legal consultations as well, and there is the website as well. And we'll see you again soon, Mark, okay?
All right, thanks for having me.